Hi, this is Stefana, and welcome back to another Monday morning mentoring. Today we're going to talk a little bit about coronavirus. I'm going to share some links with you, and we're going to also talk about being creative before reactive. The concept of this is something that I think we can all benefit from with regards to, especially with the pandemic of the coronavirus. We must be creative before we are reactive. This is a policy that I have as a coach, as an optimized coach, and really focus on this for myself in day-to-day life, having a very busy schedule. If you go into reactive mode and reacting to everything that comes your way, that's a recipe for incredible stress and increased difficulty and challenges that you really don't need. And you're almost building that in by being reactive. So this concept that I want to talk about, especially for this week as we go forward, focusing on being creative. So what does that mean? This isn't like, okay, we're going to go and do crafts. This just means that you are the creator of your own life, and you are creating through your thoughts, through your actions, through your habits. You're creating before you're reactive. So for example, let's look at our smartphones. Before I do anything in the morning, I focus on being quiet and focus on aligning what my thoughts and actions are for that day, juxtaposed to other people that I know and I'm close to. They have their smartphones on and that's on 24/7, and they are constantly reactive. So this is a hard one because it's an addictive tool. It's a great tool, but it's addictive, and we've gotten addicted to being reactive to a text, to a ping, to a like. And so my first recommendation as your mentor, and since you're watching this, I'm just going to step into that role for the mentoring this week. Really look at whether or not you need to have that on 24/7. Ideally, you're going to have some downtime where you can focus on creating your life and creating what's important to you rather than being reactive to that piece. The other piece is that what other things are coming into your life that you are reacting to rather than being creative about. And so we have to now look at what is the core underlying components of what's important to you, and how can you create and set up your life so that you are focused on that day in and day out instead of being reactive to all the problems, all the issues. And you would break that down really into every category, whether it's your health, whether it's your finances, whether it's career, relationships. You don't want to be in reactive mode in any area. You want to have the ability to respond and react. But if you have been creative first and created your life in a way that you can predict, and then you have protocols set up so that you respond in a proactive way instead of a reactive way, your life's going to be completely different. Your career will be different. You'll start achieving your goals. You'll start really seeing a shift in how you are fulfilling your life and enjoying a more fulfilling life. So this is what I want for you as a coach. This is what I do day in, day out. And I'm passionate about really empowering people to step into that place where they're leading their lives from the inside out. And that's from a creative place, a place that they are choosing creatively and getting in touch with that ultimate, underlying purpose, what they're here for, what they really value, what brings them joy, what lights you up. And you want to really get in touch with that across the board, across all areas. That's why we look at the holistic piece, right? You want to have this soulful success where it's a holistic understanding. And so that brings us around to now the coronavirus, and how this is really, it is a serious situation. It is a really something we want to be aware of, but we want to be really conscious of how we are responding to this, and how then we are influencing our families and influencing people around us. Because if you're listening to this, I know that you have your own influence in whatever areas. So you want to come from that place of being creative rather than reactive to this coronavirus. And how you can do that, I'm going to share some links, working with Vital Ways School of Nutrition and Herbalism, and they have a really nice way of looking at this whole thing with the coronavirus, really focused on holistic health first, and really taking care of and looking at your lifestyle, your environment, your history, your nutrition, your mindset. All of these components go into creating and being more successful. And again, it's about creating a life, being creative before reactive. So getting that set up, again, I'll put those links in the comments below, and you can either look at that article or I'll link back to a couple of other videos that the Vital Way School has made, and some things that you can do right now to help yourself with boosting your immune system, boosting your loved one's immune system, and just some actions that everyone should be taking generally. And let's unpack that a little bit more from a creative place rather than reactive. So let's not I think it's just going to make it worse if we are all reactive to what's going on, and we're just ping-ponging off this reactive media-fed frenzy, and really understand what this is. If you are taking care of yourself, if you already have been creating a healthy lifestyle, a healthy environment, a healthy, right? You've handled your past history of issues, and you've boosted your immune system, and you're doing all of these creative ways to create your life and to create a healthy whole life, you're gonna fare better than being in a reactive state with everything that's going on. And I don't think this is the only thing. I think we've got a lot more of this coming in the future. I think our world is really in a topsy-turvy situation. We've had this for the last several decades, and it's starting to culminate, and our bodies cannot sustain this. We know the planet can't sustain the kind of stuff we've been doing, but our bodies and our health, I mean, there is literally a health crisis with, I talk about this in my Yogalachi, and this is like, we've got 68% obesity, you've got the disease rates. It's just, and these are preventable. But again, it has to be done from a creative place, not the reactive place. And we've got to stop being reactive to our lives. And I consider driving through a drive-through to get your dinner because you're hungry and you didn't plan or think through having a nourishing meal reactive to your life. So I'm being a little bit harsh on this, but this comes down to that piece. And this is what I work with clients on every single day is, stop that speeding bullet. It shouldn't have, I say it shouldn't have gotten out of the gun in the first place. But the fact of the matter is we've got this speeding bullet that's coming straight to us, and we need to be in the matrix, and we need to shift out of that reaction and be creative. And it's like, oh, okay, whoa, I'm actually creating all of this. Oh, look at this matrix, right? That's what I want you to understand, is that our thoughts are things you can create a new world. You can create, and we all have to do this together. We all have to work together to create a better world for ourselves, for our children, for our children's children, for our future planet. I mean, there's so much here. And I'll leave you with this. Being creative about your life in all areas of your life and choosing to step into and take full responsibility for your personal well-being, for your personal health, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, and taking responsibility for your environment. I mean, if that means cleaning off your desk, if that means cleaning out your car, cleaning out your purse, doing something that is proactive and starts to create a calmer, saner, more whole environment for you to think better, to respond more clearly, to act with a better, act better and act faster, not reactive, but act faster from a creative place because you've thought things through, because you have simple protocols in place. If I have a scratchy throat, okay, I'm going to we cut out sugar, we nourish our bodies, we have, we make sure as simple things you can do. So right off the top of the head, I'm thinking, okay, if I have a scratchy throat, the very first thing I'm going to do, I know I should have already eliminated sugar because that's only perpetuating and lowering the immune system. And then nourishing. So again, I'm going to put I'll put the link in the comments below, but we know vitamin C, so nourishing foods, whole foods, these are going to really help. Nutritionally, that's going to help. Having a practice of meditation and breathing and yoga and moving your body in a healthy way. Being connected to a purpose that's higher than you, that you believe in, that allows for you to expand into your full potential. And it's an always ever evolving process. That's what's so beautiful about being a human, is that we're pure potential, and we're never going to get it done because there's always more potential. So that's a great thing. You don't have to go into depression or feel like, oh, I can't get it done. No, you always have room to improve. Yay, isn't that exciting? That allows for us to say, hey, we've got potential. And we're pure potential. So instead of thinking, oh, comparing yourself, what's wrong with me? How come I'm not? No, today's a new day. Hello, welcome to a new day. We've got a new Monday. Isn't it fabulous to be alive? Yes. And what are you going to go create today? All right, so that's our Monday morning mentoring. I'm Stefana Johnson. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below. Let me know what you are winning at, having challenges with, and want help with. And go to stefanajohnson.com if you want help with more coaching. All right, peace and blessings. Have a fabulous week.